What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite firearm from each company or each brand, right? And on top of that, what I want to point out is, for all the people that call me a Glock fanboy or say all I carry is Glocks, I think the table speaks for itself. These are only my favorite firearm from that company. That doesn't mean I don't have multiple from that company or whatever. So we're going to get into that. Also, I just want to mention, I've heard it twice now on YouTube videos from big channels that review firearms. And they talk about how they go to these events I haven't been to because I'm a small channel. I don't know if I'll ever even want to go to events like that because I don't like the influencing part of it. But they go to these events and they ask other influencers, hey, content creator, what are you carrying? Hey, influencer, what are you carrying? They say, oh, we don't have anything on us. The person who asked them was carrying, so salute. But how can you be a content creator when it comes to firearms, be in Texas or Las Vegas or wherever, and not have a firearm on you? That's absolutely insane. That's one thing over here at this channel you'll never see. If you ever meet me in person, you say, what are you carrying? Trust me, I'm carrying at least one or two things, and that's always on me. That's why I always strive having small firearms, having pocket pistols, having single stacks, so you can carry in every environment, not print, and not be worried about your safety. But let's get into it. I only have two Palmetto State Armory firearms, but I plan on getting some of the rifles here soon. But this dagger right here in particular is my favorite. I run them with only Glock mags, and it runs great. Super ergonomic in the hand, fits my hand like a glove, really well designed, runs, and it's for a great price, so how can you argue with it? It looks pretty amazing as well. Next up, we're going to go to HK. This is actually my only HK, but the P2000 SK Chambered in .40 is an amazing handgun. And I really like this over a lot of the handguns on the table. It's very friendly when it comes to the recoil of that .40. That's the best way I can describe it. It has a decocker, so you can have that long trigger, double action trigger pull as your safety. And then after that, you're going to have that nice, short, single action trigger pull. So I absolutely love this thing. It's my first HK, but I love it so far. Nothing bad to say about it. I have a bunch of Springfield Armory handguns, so it was a very hard choice. But I got to go with the Hellcat. The original Hellcat is one of my favorite handguns. It's actually my second favorite handgun that I own out of all of them. I love the Hellcat mainly for its reliability. That's where I get so much love for it. Through the pandemic, I shot thousands of rounds of steel case ammo through this thing. I did replace some internals because it made me a little nervous, all the wear and tear I put on it. But since then, or the whole entire time I've had it, flawless. Love the Hellcat. You can get really good at shooting this thing if you practice with it. From Stoger, I only have a couple Stoger firearms, but the subcompact's my favorite. It's basically a Glock 26 clone you can get for about $230. Only comes with one mag, but the one mag, that's the only downside of this firearm that I see. It's budget oriented, but it's been reliable for me. We're over 1,000 rounds with it. Has a rail, metal sights, just a good small firearm that has decent capacity, 10+1. So you can defend yourself in almost any situation with it. It also makes a great truck gun, backpacking gun, and so on. So gotta love it. From Beretta, it's gonna be my Pico. Sadly, this is the most unreliable handgun I've ever owned, but because it's my only Beretta, it's got to be my favorite, which is sort of sad to say. But, yeah, nothing more to say about it. It's a piece of crap. Okay, FN. I do own the FN Reflex, and I plan on getting the FN 509 at some point here. But the FN 503 is my favorite. That's because I carried this in my pocket for like 3.5 years at work. Also carried an appendix when I could. And I beat the living crap out of this thing. It got dirty as can be. The finish, most of the coating is worn out on it. It really took a beating. The internals took an absolute beating. But every time I pulled it out of my pocket, even after carrying it at work for a week without cleaning it, got on target with it, I'd have dust, dirt, debris, rocks, wood shavings, whatever, coming out of the firearm. And it still ran every time. So yes, it's a single stack, but it made a great pocket pistol. Very short, but so reliable. I trust my life with this every single day. For 3.5 years, I would still trust my life with it. So shout out to FN 503, a great handgun that they discontinued. Now, out of my CZs, the CZ P10S. This is probably the best value on the table even. Come in at around $340 to about $375. They're all optics ready now, I believe. Come with 3-dot sights. They're not night sights, but they do glow if you charge them in light. Comes with a rail, an awesome trigger guard, an awesome flat face trigger, great texturing, 12+1 in this very small compact setup. Very easy to shoot because of the long barrel and the long slide on the small frame. A great handgun. I gotta love it. It fits perfectly in with this channel because we love subcompacts over here. It's a little bit longer in barrel and slide than all the other subcompacts I really have. But other than that, it's a great shooting handgun. Love this thing. Best value on the table. Smith & Wesson, I gotta do it because it's my new work carry. And as you can see, with work and pocket carry, stuff starts to break down and wear down. You can see the beating this took. I mean, you should see some of the mags I own. They're destroyed. But I mean, they just get beat up, and that's the point of it. It's a carry firearm, right? The M&P 40 shield is actually held up really nicely. You can see that the finish is wearing off here, 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 and right here. It's also wearing down on the corners. You can see a little bit wear, but it looks really good. I'm very surprised. I think I got a little chip in it somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but I had like a little indent on the frame from hitting it on something. I felt pretty bad about it, but then I realized this is my pocket carry, and so it gets beat up. Cleaned it, not too long ago. Looks really good, feels really good in the hand, and it is in 357 SIG, not 40. So I have tons of power, and I have mag guts. So this is going to be a 7+1 setup, 8 rounds of 357 SIG that I can still throw in my pocket. That's power, that's shootability, reliability. Also added these night sights with the U-notch rear. Great handgun from Smith & Wesson. For Mossberg, this is my only Mossberg, so the MC2SC, a great stack and a half micro 9, great reliability, great ergonomics, comes with basically everything you need for a good carry firearm right out of the box, and it's around $420. So in my opinion, well worth it. Shout out to Mossberg. Next up from Ruger, I have a bunch of Rugers, but the SR9C is my favorite out of all of them. I wish they still made this series. I wish they made this instead of the Security series. I have nothing against the Security series, but this is a better made firearm, built to last, built to be a tank, built to be beaten and still function. So I absolutely love this thing. Super ergonomic. It's 10+1 with the flush mag. Comes with a 17 round mag that sits about there with the grip sleeve. So it can flex into your home defense. It's got a rail on it. Throw the 17 round mag in there. You have home defense and a carry option. They all come with manual safeties, but they're very stiff, so you don't have to worry about it accidentally turning on. But an awesome handgun. I bought it used and it runs flawlessly. So I love the SR9C. I wish they still made them. You can find them floating around on the internet, and I recommend it to anyone. I got it for $300 with this awesome stainless steel, and it just runs. So zero complaints. And you can find parts for it all over the internet. So if you have any parts breakages or anything like that, or want to replace them on a used handgun, it's out there. I have 5 Tauruses, or actually 6 Tauruses, and my favorite is the GX4. It's a great carry gun. I just wish I trusted the quality of Taurus a little bit better. Wish it had a little bit better finish on it, but I have no complaints of its actual performance. So it's great shootability. It takes Glock pattern sights, so you can get any sights for it in the world. I don't carry it that much anymore. I used to carry it at some points, but this is actually my second one. The other one, if you saw the other one, you'd realize why I say I want a better finish on it. But this is my second GX4, zero issues with it, reliable, great shooter. Just my favorite handgun from Taurus. Now yes, I own a lot of Glocks. I own a ton of Glocks. But this simple Glock 26 right here is good enough for me. This is my favorite handgun out of every handgun I own. I trust this with my life. It's just a simple Glock. It was actually a rebuilt Glock that I got for $400. Sold the slide, bought this new slide and some suppressor height sights for the money I made from the actual slide. Got a base plate for it, and man, this thing's rocking. This is a great handgun, one of my favorite. Has the awesome Sealy X Pro on it. The Wolf X Pro is the best optic from Sealy, and I love that thing. It is a great handgun optic for concealed carry. It just runs, just like my Glock. Next up from IWI, this is my only IWI. So the Masada 9S or 9 Slim, 13+1, has an amazing trigger. This is one of my favorite handguns to shoot. I show everybody this. I bring it to the range almost every time I go, just because I love shooting it. I only have one holster for it from Hog Holsters. It has the Alta clip on it, which I showed in a previous video. I haven't carried it the most lately, but I did carry it a couple weeks ago for a while. Really like this handgun. And everyone who I let them shoot at the range or outdoors, they love it too. So zero complaints. A great handgun from IWI, coming in at about $420. From SIG, I have a good amount of SIGs. I got the P365 and 380, the P365 and 9, the XL, the X Macro. I think that's about it. Maybe another 9mm P365, I don't know. But anyways, this is a build I'm working on right here, so it's my favorite out of all of them. Wilson Combat Grip Module, Wilson Combat Base Plate, Tyrant CNC, awesome mag release, one of my favorite parts of the gun. Safari Precision stainless steel barrel, just a beautiful finish on that. I mean, it is like a mirror. That thing is beautiful. And it might even distract the person attacking you. You never know if that light glares into their eye. I'm just kidding. But I really do like the stainless steel on it. I really do. It's one of my favorite parts. Now, once again, these are my onlys from these brands, so I had to do it. But they're great handguns. The Bersa BP9cc 8+1, much thinner than a Glock 43X, but about the same size as a 43X. Very smooth shooter, but this thing has a 3-pound trigger. Makes me a little nervous for carry, but it is a fast shooter. It's ridiculous. You're probably wanting to see that trigger pull. It is cleared. Oh yeah, sorry, mag disconnect. My fault, I forgot about that. I mean, look at that. It just goes right through. There is no wall to this thing. It's sort of crazy if you think about it. I mean, it doesn't even feel like there's a wall. I mean, it's just crazy. But great budget firearm. I love that Bersa, so I plan on getting more Bersas. My only Walther, I really plan on getting a PDPF if I can find it for a good deal somewhere. I plan on getting that eventually. But this is my only Walther, but I love it. The PPS M2. I got it Law Enforcement Edition. Has the charge sights. So they are night sights, but only when they're charged by light. So they'll work right now. Actually look pretty good when they're charged by light, but if you're carrying, chances are it's going to be covered by your shirt or in your pocket, and they're not going to be charging. So it is what it is. Feels super ergonomic in the hand, especially with the 7-round mag in, but you throw mag guts in this, and it becomes 7+1, and you don't need that extension. So 8 rounds of 9mm, and you know it's going to go bang every time. Has a great trigger, great reliability, just a good firearm. Nothing wrong with the Walther PPS M2. I actually carry this thing pretty often. Last but not least, the Canik Meta MC9. Mine has been running flawlessly ever since I got a new guide rod for it. So I love it so far. I am not carrying it. It's not my carry rotation yet, but it will be there at some point. And when a firearm enters my carry rotation for purposes other than testing and stuff like that, you know it's something decent. And the Meta MC9 is actually a great shooter. I know some people are having issues with them right now. Just get your new guide rod. It'll fix the problem. This thing's ran flawlessly since. We're over 1,000 rounds with it, but at about 700, 750 is where we started having malfunctions. So, starting to run pretty well now. I love this thing. Ergonomic. They give you a lot right out of the box. 15-round extended mag that comes with it. Great handgun. I can't complain. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.